it kind of helped them advance. I mean, do you think this was a conspiracy?
Gotta go with Jacob Butter. Gotta go
No,
lefty.
we're talking about the players. That's tournament champion into the podcast.
There he is, right there.
Oh, he doesn't even know how to watch. Go to youtube.com and search Down Lane Podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Down Lane Podcast. We are streaming live from the lab at Town and Country Lanes. I'm your host, Kyle Haines, and with me is the assistant to the host, Anthony Scaccia.
It's great to be back as a guest for another week.
Austin, how's it going tonight?
Oh, another week.
Another week, another dollar.
Somebody's dollar.
Ha!
Guys, just remember, it's getting cold outside. Make sure you moisturize your lips. Don't want to crack them.
Gotta have that chapstick handy. I use it in the summer. It doesn't even matter. Like every day. I have to use it every day. I'm addicted. Anyway, tonight we got
You're
a lot
addicted to wax.
Chapstick, yeah. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
We do.
Before we get to all that, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Let's see here. Don't forget you can email us at downlanepod@gmail.com. And if you can't watch the show on YouTube, you can always download and listen via your favorite podcast service. So we're going to talk about a few different things. A big topic that we brought up to kind of piggyback off of a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about the biggest flops in bowling. Now we're going to bring up the best in bowling. So tell us what your favorite ball was, either back in the day or currently, but what is the best ball of all time?
It's a very easy question.
Okay. What else are we talking about? Oh, this small little report that USBC dropped. I think it was last week. We might have missed the ball on that one, or it came out just after
It was like
the show,
right,
I think.
It was right before the show, and we already had our
Right, it
new
was like
Blue
an
Hammer
hour
conversation.
before the show, yeah.
And it dropped after.
Yep.
We found a little bit. It's kind of hidden. It's kind of weird, but we're going to try and decipher it on the show.
Yeah.
We have read it. I have at least read it. But I'm not really a scientific guy, as we all know, so maybe there'll be some clarifying.
But you might be a Scientologist.
I am actually a philanthropist because there is no actual real, meaning behind that. That's kind of like, you just kind of like, is life real? You can.
Do you know what a philanthropist is?
Isn't that what that is?
No.
Then I'm wrong, man. I'm not a philanthropist.
A philanthropist is somebody that gives a lot of money away.
to quote unquote causes or research.
I am a philanthropist in the research of how much it takes to win a bowling tournament. Okay.
Oh man, you're really good at them words.
I thought it was something else. Honestly, I don't know where
you were looking for like philosophy. You're a philosopher. That's what you were looking for. Clearly,
I don't know words.
All right, so then we're also going to be talking about an app that all three of us have downloaded and started using and seeing how it might be able to help our game, maybe help your game. You might have saw the video we put out tonight, but
I actually was using it before you guys were using it.
I don't believe you. So
Fine.
we're gonna talk about that as well. But before we do, as always, how was your guys' week this week?
It was fantastic. Wow, what a week it was. This week.
What's going on, Bobby? Tenpin Toolkit is here. Art Van Buren's here. Tyler Drexel. What's going on, everybody? And Chloe. How's everybody doing tonight?
This week was pretty all right. I'm doing a lot of plug work. Kyle's grip has finally changed for the 17th time in 1 year.
But I think final.
We're not
17th and final.
Yeah, Austin, go
What's
check
the
on
odds
that.
on that?
Vegas has
They're-
it as like 1 to 2. It's going to
Like,
change.
if we throw it into the Vegas pool here,
1 to 2 change. Guaranteed. It's almost a guarantee. 1 3/4.
Okay, but let's pause for a second. Wouldn't you agree that this is probably the best I've thrown it in years, consistent wise? Maybe not whatever roll or whatever, but
Unfortunately, I haven't watched you enough because
you watched me all last night.
dude, I don't know. I wasn't even there last night. I was in a daze.
Typical, all about himself.
I mean,
know?
you were throwing
They
it
named
good.
streets after you. One way.
Well, then, I kind of like that one. I'm glad you really got a kick out of that. I did watch you a
Old
little
joke,
bit.
old
I mean,
joke.
I
Not
watched
my
you a
joke.
little bit, but I was actually trying to get a good session in. But, you
Yeah.
know, I didn't throw good to the end last night. I mean, you are throwing good. You bowled good at Boulevard the other day.
Old good last Thursday.
At the end of the day, it's on your head, Jimmy.
No, No, this is wildly different.
In your head.
All right, please don't. No, this is wildly different. Like, all right, like I said to you guys, this is may sound silly, but I finally feel like I'm not worried how the ball is going to come off my hand. Like, it actually makes me more confident about my throwing because I know that when I get to the line, the ball's coming off in the direction that it's supposed to.
Well, I remember you said that when we started changing it a little bit to back to what I finally told you to do. You were like, "Oh yeah, I actually feel like I kind of know where it's going now instead of before where I didn't know where it was going or I wasn't sure what was going to happen that day or what have you."
Yeah, meaning like
you just weren't sure. You were like, it could be good today, it could be bad today. That's what I'm assuming you meant.
No, but like it's not even just day to day. It's literally shot to shot. Whereas I will grab one and then let one go. Grab one, let one go, throw a good one. That
Right.
like the throw good ones were less than 10% of the time. But now I feel like I can literally just not worry about it. It's gonna come off and it feels good. Finally.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing. That means we've almost got it right, or it is right. I mean, Mikey, shout out to Mikey Scaccia. You wanted me to give him a shout out today. What's up, brother? Good luck this weekend at youth event.
And what's up, Rich? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Richie, we'll see him later. Richie Pistis, go Steelers. But yeah, so I'm hoping it helps you out a little bit. We'll have to see how it goes. I mean, you've been throwing pretty good, so we'll have to see what happens and goes along as you start throwing more. I was supposed to fix 2 of your balls, and I completely misread your text like 8 times, so that's my fault. But
now let's.
I am a one-way street, right?
Are we going to fix all of the bowling balls, or do I just start the process of adding one?
Just add.
Stephanie, if you're watching this, fix them, Kyle. Fix them.
Footage.
I mean, that's up to you. Honestly, I've been kind of after my fit change, unloading some stuff on eBay. So if you are looking for a cheap ball, go to Nick Harris's eBay account. Not even my own, because I don't have mine.
Sounds familiar.
You can pick up a few. I've got a few balls left on there, but I'm kind of gonna revamp a little bit here and there. So we'll see where we go. But I would probably say fix them. The ones that you need right now are tournament ready.
The ones that are the best ones that I like, I will definitely fix.
Yeah, but if you got like duds that you don't like, there's no point in drilling them again. Unless you want to plug them and do a different layout just to see if you can use a layout with another ball. Maybe. Fill the old and save for your pops. I'll do that for you, Bobby, because I love plug work, man. You should see all these balls plugged over here. They're unbelievable.
All right, awesome. What about you this week? How are you? Nothing?
I mean, my weeks don't change nowadays.
You bowled last night, though.
Practice?
Came to practice. You were torching the ball.
You should come to practice more often.
I always torch the ball.
I know, but it just was. It seemed like it was coming off so clean, and
it has been ever since we flipped his grip. It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, I have ran into some issues in the past couple of weeks with arm pain, but that's still residual from the early season injury I had, unrelated to bowling. But other than that, bowling wise, I just want my gosh darn approach to be the same.
You're gonna have to come into practice. And you're gonna have to do one step, or no step, one step, two step. You could do the Mike Machuga free arm swing, get into your approach.
Yeah. Practice is definitely vital.
It is. So Chloe, appreciate you watching and listening. She says, listening to y'all helped me realize I need to change my pitch on my thumb because I'm double jointed.
There is a lot of information that we've been dropping lately, or what we think is information that we've been working with. Obviously, we're doing our research, but it's not the same for everybody. So glad we could help somebody out, another person in the bowling industry or field that maybe I'm not gonna say we directly helped, but it was a thought process.
Yeah.
We got the wheels turned.
Yeah, Anita's double jointed too, he says.
You are, Anita. You're very double jointed. So I have your ball ready to go tonight. Hopefully.
Nice.
Well, it's plugged up, but he might
plugging the ball. Got it.
Yeah, we're fixing he's drilling now. So or she's drilling now.
Rich says zero flexibility, gang.
Yeah, like Rich, you're terrible. I checked your hand and I have no idea how your hand doesn't move.
I will bring up something for Anthony since he has not said it. He's got a new member of the household.
Yeah,
She weighs in at
3.5 pounds.
3.5 pounds.
3.5 pounds.
Maybe 1 foot at best tall, 1.5 long.
Maybe. Yeah,
And
maybe.
it's already got hair.
Yeah.
She has hair. She has more hair than I have.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you may now meet Winnie the pig. Oh my God! Look at that picture.
I can't believe you actually.
That
put
is the
this on.
cutest thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, she's cool. She sleeps. She likes me. She can sit, spin, goes to the bathroom where she needs to go. So it's great. That's Ethan and Zach.
Yeah, the boys are
playing with
feeding
her.
the pig or
Yep.
just letting her sniff their hand.
I think they were just kind of trying to pet her at that point. She is small. She is she's got a temper tantrum just like me, and she doesn't like to be woken up. So she sleeps most of the day because she's only like 6-7 weeks old.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting process. I have to wake up early now to actually do something in my life. So
take care of another
living
and
thing.
breathing animal.
Yeah, it's cool. She likes to hang out and she likes to sleep in my arms. So, we sometimes take naps together, 9 o'clock in the morning after we eat breakfast together.
We get up and eat at 9. We go back to
she-
sleep at 9:15.
She has Cheerios with no milk. I have Cheerios with milk. So we eat the same thing too. So it is all good in the hood.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, she's pretty cool actually. She likes to do stuff and she's probably smarter than me. So it's all
Dude,
good.
she's already doing tricks. It's wild.
She's doing tricks. Yeah, I don't know if you were there. Yeah, she jumped out of the pig pen.
She spins around.
She spins around. She sits. She jumped out of the little pen we had. She built a mountain so she could get out of the pen. So she's clearly smarter than I am. Takes after Janelle, Bread, not me. So
Well, welcome to
great.
the family, Winnie the pig. Right.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Winnie the pig, not the poo with the pig.
All right. All right. Well, why don't we get right into it here? I think we should maybe well, since we were talking about last night, Austin's bowling, my bowling,
I
your
bowled a little
bowling.
bit.
That's when we really got to kind of drill down on the new app. It's not new. It's been out for quite a while, but we've been actually able to use it a little bit more. The guys over at Tenpin Toolkit sent us over the ability for each of us to access the app, its full features, and there's a lot of cool stuff on there that I think is really useful for people.
It's useful for everybody.
Yeah,
I think it's go to that right there if you're
Yes.
looking to take a look at it. Obviously, World Wide Web, tenpintoolkit.com.
I forgot the first dot. World Wide Web dot.
Yep. With the / down lane. Head to
That's
that.
a
Take a look at it. / whatever it is. Basically, what it does is actually I actually had this on my phone already, because I was kind of like scouring the internet, whatever, just looking at stuff, and somebody had it up, and I took a look at it. I didn't get the full version because I didn't use it fully, but I opened it up. It can do your axis tilt, your axis rotation. That's extremely handy.
That's really cool too. Like
yeah.
you don't even have to
Like it's so much harder without it
Right.
to do it. And I've done it before, and it's a pain in the butt. You got to take a picture, send it to your email, go to your computer, overlay them together. Now this actually kind of has it overlay for you, and you just input the app or the picture or the video, whatever have you. I forget kind of.
you take a video. And
I
then
think I
use-
screenshotted
You can
it.
do either or.
Yeah, I screenshotted mine.
Yeah.
And I did it that way. And it gave me it's got to be accurate. I mean, it's right where it needs to be. So I just had to flip it to lefty, because
Well,
it's
your
ready right
settings in your app make you.
yeah,
left-handed.
I ended up changing it. So I did that. And we actually, I think you did that yesterday. Also, I don't know if you got a chance to do it. And they were checking out ball speeds and revs yesterday, kind of seeing how that all works, which
Yeah.
we're going to take a little bit more of a look at it in the future. But I've been doing actually using that axis tilt and axis rotation chart for a few people when I'm in the shop. I think it's extremely useful for myself to actually even help people further, because I can do it quicker, do it faster, and not have to be like, oh, we got to go take a look at this.
Right. Draw down your track. Take all the measurements, all that
Right.
nonsense. Yeah.
So it is awesome.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I don't know what you guys.
Well, the other
you
thing,
did it more by yourselves yesterday while I was doing some other stuff.
yeah,
so.
but the interesting thing about just staying on with the axis tilt and rotation, like you can actually see how your hand positions and whatnot affect your roll on the ball. So, like if you throw it one way,
Oh, I guess you could do that. I never even thought of that.
yeah, like if
I'm left-handed. I throw it
if
the
you
same
want
way
to throw
every
it
time.
one way, one time, and then maybe want to lower your tilt or whatever.
You can try and take a look
You can
at
see
it.
how
you
your
can
hand
actually do it.
positions affect it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that part. I don't necessarily use it for myself, but I use it for my baseline because when I'm bowling, at least for myself, Kyle, I don't know how you think about how much I just say, oh, I'm going to hit it a little more forward and see what happens. I mean, it can only change so much, but I enjoyed the app. I've used it before, and now we've got a little bit more. I've been using the observation trainer. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. Have you used that yet?
Yeah.
I think it's the observation trainer.
Well, the observation trainer is the one where you are
hit the arrows down lane through the pin deck.
Yeah, but and like you have to tell it
where
it went over the arrows at 12, hit the break point at 8, and then it went into the did it hit the pocket or so? I think it changes the pocket or whatever. But and then it's kind of like a game almost. So it's like
pretty cool.
So it teaches you how to read where you're laying the ball down versus where you're crossing over. And it's not your ball, but it's just a video that plays over and over and over.
Yeah. It's actually pretty cool. I've used that a few times, actually. I think you got like 3 a day on the free trial, whatever it was. I did it once or twice, and then I redid it again to see how I did. And usually I'm actually I'm pretty good at the arrows, and I'm pretty good at the break point. But apparently I have no idea what goes on when my ball goes through the pins. So I have to work on that, I guess. I mean, on the lanes, a little different for me. I don't know. I think it just goes so fast on that thing for me.
It is pretty quick.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a little bit tough, but I mean, it's a good thing. It makes you a little bit sharper. I think people can use that as a tool as well.
The other one is the angles and targeting.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
So
have not. I won't lie.
Well, there's a couple different ways to go about it. One is you can take a video of yourself and do that and try to get it down the line that's drawn for you. The other way is kind of realizing and understanding where your feet are versus where your ball lays down or crosses the foul line, and then where it lays down, and then goes to the break point, etc. So like there's kind of like the old school rule of 7, if you will, where like your ball lays down 7 boards, in my case, right of my slide foot. In your case, it would be 7 boards left of your slide foot.
Math.
Well, it's not math. It's just it's showing you, okay, if you're standing on 25 today and you're looking at 10
-7.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying it shows you that if you're standing on 25, you're looking at 10. That's a ridiculous angle to try to make up.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying? It's teaching you about the angles so that
I see that's too open. You're too steep.
Right. Now it doesn't account for people that have like major drift. But it's more about where your foot lands at the foul line.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So it does teach you like where you should be looking compared to where you're sliding, et cetera, et cetera.
It gives you a visualization about what's going on. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I've only done the arsenal after that. Yeah.
So let's talk about that, which is that's my favorite part about the app is the arsenal building. So you can actually.
It does the math.
Thanks.
Thank you. Because I haven't gotten there yet, so I wouldn't have been able to tell you that, but. Yeah, it does the math for you. I am not a math guy, so thank you for taking.
He's a math magician.
I can make anything be 0, trust me. So I appreciate that the math is in there because it's not for everybody.
Now the arsenal building though
that's what I've been going through.
Really cool.
We have been chatting about that.
So you can build different bags, like your league bag versus your tournament bag, and then you can.
There you go, Kyle. You can set it all in settings.
Oh.
Must not look too hard.
Well, I don't have a drift. I literally walked dead straight, so it didn't even occur to me to set that up. But it's nice that like there's people that I know, like Mark, who drifts like 10 boards left, and Joey, he drifts like 10 boards right.
Yeah, you just kind of go left a little. It's okay.
It's just the point is you can set up your drift. And
I did see that actually. Now that it's mentioned, I did actually go through the settings because I had to change myself to left-handed. So I saw some stuff like that, which is interesting. It actually gets more customized to you too, which is nice.
Right, exactly. It's all about your game and learning. And like I said, the arsenal, you can set up your different bags, and then you can also compare ball to ball. Now it's just the RG and diff that it's using, so it doesn't take into account the cover stock.
It's using the core numbers that you see on the interwebs.
Right. But literally every ball, you can just about say every ball is there for you to be able to find and download or upload Austin's into your bag.
There's some of his bag where he's uploaded them. The thing I do like about this is when you do make the different bags, your league and tournament bag, I believe, which I'm pretty sure I'm right because I did it, you can separate them. You can go into your league bag and see the graph there. You can go into your tournament bag and see the graph there. And then you can even go into your all bowling balls library and hit that, and you can
Right.
see everything in together. So it is nice. I actually started using that more recently. I am going to get some balls here in the next coming weeks. So I've been using that a little bit more to kind of maybe compare a little, but also as well as just kind of keep everything on one setting for me, so I don't have to go to my big spreadsheet that I keep. This actually
Right.
keeps everything
Right.
pretty even for me. It makes it
Yeah.
a lot easier.
And you can see if you have any crossover or if you're too stacked on one end of the spectrum.
I mean, I'm stacked on bottom right every time. That's just what I use.
Well, that's what you like.
On the left
Roll
side
here now.
On the left side, that's what I use. So it's a little different, but yeah, I am doing like a revamp bag too, or actually I can do a tournament bag for this weekend too, so I can set up certain regional bags and go through there and kind of create a process of, well, what balls am I going to bring if I have 30? I don't want to bring 30. I want to bring 8, so I can kind of go through and filter. And I like it because it's visual too.
Right.
The ball pictures are there,
right?
And I can even see when you can see when you drilled it, who drilled it, what's your layout, how many times it was plugged or re-drilled,
when
how
you
much
bought it,
when you bought it, how much, as long
how
as
many
you put
games
the
you got
info
on
in,
it,
what the price of it was, so you kind of can have a gauge for it. So there's all the information is at your fingertips. I have been using that myself to revamp and compare, like we've been talking about. You told me to do a video recording yesterday, but I got sidetracked doing so many other pieces of it because we were just exploring everything.
Right.
So there is plenty to offer on that app. Hopefully you guys see it as a plus, and definitely download it to your phone, because I think it can help everybody from the serious player to the more beginner advanced player. I think it's got something for everybody there.
For sure. And thank you to Tenpin Toolkit for giving us access to that, because I think it's going to help us out big time. For me, at least, in tournament bowling, where I can, my brain doesn't work like other bowlers does. So like if I need to, what do
you mean it doesn't work?
Well, it doesn't work, too period. Much. But if I need to visually see, like the difference between this ball and that ball, or like, I want to see what's going to go down longer or roll earlier. It just makes it
nice
that easy to.
And you've been begging for that for a while.
Yeah.
You actually have been begging for that for a while. So it is interesting, and it's powered by, well, not powered by, but the library is powered by Bowl with like 3 L, 3 Ws. So I've been on that quite a few. Sometimes those balls that are going to come out are sometimes on there even before they're announced, because the person sees it approved by the USBC, and I believe they just kind of throw it in the system. So I don't know if the new balls are in that Brunswick just announced, but it's definitely something you guys can take a look at. I do enjoy it as well. What do you
I don't know if we mentioned about the library of oil patterns.
Oh, that's right.
It is.
Like literally every oil pattern ever is in there.
The thing that is nice too is that it's separated and it's got the little logos on there too: IBF, PBA, XYZ, USBC. It's got it all on there. So
the XYZ patterns are in there.
The XYZ is some patterns that I make. So yeah, so it is a great tool. I actually I think we all are enjoying it, and that's not just saying that. We are all enjoying it. We're using it.
In the angle trainer, you can actually use the oil patterns. So like nothing's perfect, because you don't know what surface you're going to bowl on that day. You don't know if they. So like it basically, you can see, all right, maybe the break point should be at X board because it's this long. Say should. Whatever, it plays how it plays, but then it gives you an idea. Okay, maybe I should be playing at 10 or 5 or 15 or 20, et cetera, et cetera. So it's definitely a good way to do it. And go to tenpintoolkit.com/downlane and download that app today. Now, you mentioned USBC. Let's talk about this new USBC debacle that it seems like they can't get out of their own way ever. I mean, you
don't trip over your own foot all the time.
It's more of removing their foot from their mouths. But so the interesting thing to me is, and I know it's different, but you not canceled. It's made illegal a bunch of bowling balls, right, from Storm. This was what, a year or two ago, I think. So you now made those bowling balls illegal because they were what?
Too soft, Dad?
Too soft.
All right, Dad.
So now, all of a sudden, last week, they come out with a quote-unquote study with their own measuring methods, which they haven't, at least that I saw, released yet. They said more to come.
They didn't release it, but they told you how it's done.
Measuring the footprint. So now,
which
like,
was wild.
so now we're led to believe that getting softer is not a big deal, right? Like now it doesn't affect the performance. This is according to USBC, which
Well, okay, they said there's no strong correlation. But the other thing too is if you read the report a little bit, got into some of the details. If I read it correctly, they're using like 78D and 75D. So
bowling balls, you mean?
right. So if we're talking, those balls don't show a strong correlation of changing. Well, sure, that's fine, but no Purple Hammer or Pitch Black was made at 75D or 78D. They're all made at 73 or 72, and they're going to
True.
66, 67. So if, and as the USBC said, I don't want to jump to the conclusion already, but at one point was like 0.008 of more footprint. Footprint is the oil, the measurement of oil on the ball of the flare, right? That's basically how it's said.
Okay.
Correct. So like when you have those little lines of oil, it's one more point in softness is 0.0008 or something like that. It's a very small amount. So that is 1 point, but they're using different hardnesses, which why does it matter about those hardnesses? Those aren't the balls in question. Why aren't we using the correct balls? Or are they using like the new urethane hammers that are urethane
Not
IQUs
hammers,
or whatever those are 73, but the other balls are 78. So are they using those, or what balls are they using for 75 to 78? Because I don't know balls that are made at 75, 78, unless they just asked for the manufacturers
except for
to
the
make
new
some.
one, the new urethane.
Well, that's 78.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There aren't any except for that one.
No, okay. But it was just an interesting kind of thing. I mean, I don't want to jump ahead. I don't know where you were going, but
I was just saying that they are differing from I shouldn't say everyone else, but the PBA, Ron Hicklin, and just anecdotally, people out in the ether of like the PBA bowling and stuff, they're saying that those small points do affect the performance of the ball. And Ron Hicklin went so far as to rent the Throwbot and perform his tests and said that it was pretty dramatic, the difference between 1 point hardness.
I didn't really watch Ron, so I don't remember watching it, so I can't comment on that. But
point being, they're all saying that
they have the graphs too.
Going softer does affect it, but USBC is saying it doesn't. But now the difference is that USBC is using this measuring device, measuring the footprint rather than
basically it's
hardness.
like on a plexiglass thing, and then it rolls over the oil, and then it goes on top, and then they take a picture of it with the computer, and it uploads in the computer, and then it measures it that way. It's like a whole kind of deal. I didn't really understand the whole kind of deal. It's a new way to measure it.
Because you're a Scientologist.
I'm a philanthropist. But it was kind of confusing. But I will say, I mean, it's interesting because they have their own test done with those balls and the shots done. They have that graph on there. So you could literally see every shot and what was different. I'm sure Specto was used. So obviously, in my opinion, somebody's making it up.
Which part?
The whole thing. I don't know. Somebody's making the ball being softer, hooks more or less. USBC is claiming that balls at 72 or 73 that are manufactured at that hardness, even though they do change and become softer, there is no strong correlation that the ball performance increases because it was manufactured at X, and it just because it got softer doesn't make a difference. I just try to read it word for word in my head.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're saying. And this was kind of a hidden report too.
They didn't announce it publicly.
This was not announced publicly.
It dropped onto their website.
Yeah, you couldn't really find it unless I think Brunswick. Somebody, I think J.R. Raymond said Brunswick was.
What's going on, Sealance?
Talking about it on their live stream, and that's how somebody found it. So this isn't a bomb that dropped. They weren't trying to bomb anybody or say here's what it is. They kind of hit it. But why are they hiding it?
But the thing is, because it's contradictory. You banned 6 bowling balls for being too soft.
Sure.
But now you're saying softness doesn't matter.
Yes, but there's a difference though.
Go on.
Because the balls that were banned previously, UFO Alert, Electrify, Trend 2, blah, 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 whatever they're altered reality, those balls are resin. no one's complaining about the resin balls because resin doesn't change as much or at all. Urethane is the only one where everybody's, I should say the Storm guys cry because they can't throw that ball. That's what it is. I'm just being honest. Like the pitch black is not a purple hammer.
Right.
You know, so it is what it is. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm just saying, like, they're mad because they can't throw or get a ball as good. So even if it's getting softer or what have you, the other balls are still relevant for being soft because softness does matter because technically speaking, they're not worried about them getting softer. They were manufactured too soft, which that's what affects performance. That's why there's a different correlation with those two there. The purple hammers and the pitch blacks are coming out at 73, which is the legal limit now.
Right.
Before it was 72 for the other balls, but the other balls were coming in at 70 or 69, which that's what they're manufactured at. That was the issue. The purples are coming out at are manufactured at the correct number.
Yeah, and then they all end up at the same number at 69 or 70.
Yeah, but if it doesn't, so in USBC's eyes,
Right.
if it's 72 and moves, it's not a big deal. But if it's under the limit, then it's a big deal because that's when it really affects performance.
I mean, listen, I understand banning something because it wasn't manufactured to the specifications that it should have, or the rules, etc. But at the same time, you still, I think, in my opinion, and because I'm not a very good reader or science follower,
I'm not either.
I don't see how you can say that getting softer doesn't matter just because it started at a certain hardness.
They have data for that. That's what they're saying.
What I'm saying is I don't understand the difference between getting softer or starting soft, and resin doesn't change, right?
I guess resin doesn't change.
I guess they say.
So if resin doesn't change and it's starting softer, it's immediately illegal.
I understand. I get
but
that.
But then
point.
the urethanes are legal off the start,
and then illegal.
So if Ron Hicklin said that 1 or 2 points makes a difference, and those balls that started 2 points softer makes a difference.
Yeah, but USBC is saying it doesn't. That's my point. USBC is saying
they didn't
it doesn't
say that.
matter.
They're saying it does matter when they're manufactured.
Right. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter
if they get softer afterwards.
Their performance, right?
Afterwards.
So then, what's the big deal?
Because the balls are manufactured softer. That's what they're saying is different. Listen.
I hear it. I am saying I get that it starts
by talking Italian or something.
I get it starts at the right level.
Yeah.
And then it goes illegal.
Yeah.
But if it's the same from here to here, and the other storm balls are here at the same level, when the purple drops down, it doesn't make any sense to me why it matters. Or not why it matters, how it doesn't affect performance. That's what they're saying.
That's fine. You can argue with me all day. I'm just telling you what they said.
I know. I'm saying I don't understand how it doesn't affect performance. If this ball at that performance level is here, and the resin balls is at the same level as the purple goes down to.
Yeah,
after whatever, how many games do they say?
I guess
10,
I know
20 games?
No, it's more than that, I think. But I understand what you're saying. I'm just telling you what they said.
I can't comprehend.
My brain no comprehendo.
That's
no comprehendo.
Exactly what
I'm saying. Well, the thing that I'd like to see is, okay, PBA needs to show us their studies.
Yeah.
Ron Hicklin.
We won't understand.
Ron Hicklin should
so if he can just translate it to us, that would be great.
Ron Hicklin, it'd be great to see his video with, I don't know what he did, so I'm not calling him out. I'm just saying, what was his data? Did he have Spectre running? Can he just put it in like a paper or something? Show us.
Well, white paper, that'd be good.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care what it is. And then if you have USBCs, PBAs, and Ron's, I mean, Ron's kind of the third party here. So why don't you just do what he says?
Independent tester.
Yeah, he doesn't really give a crap either way. He doesn't make bowling balls.
Right.
Well, I mean, he makes awesome cores, the big time, the Black Widow, but he doesn't care about the manufacturer anymore because he's doing his own thing. So he is kind of your third party, which I think could make bridges go together because he is a smart guy.
Building bridges, that's what you do.
I don't build bridges. Definitely not. I'm the guy who just breaks them down and says fix them back up again, I guess. I don't know, Kyle. I don't know. That was the whole thing. It's an interesting conversation.
It's just weird to me.
Your purple hammer sucks. Yeah, you got to throw it more so it gets softer.
Yeah, I would say if your purple hammer sucks, that's an operator error or pro shop operator
with 500.
Actually, I will say that my purples have never really changed in performance. I don't believe.
I don't think mine has changed at all.
No, I don't think it's changed in performance. I like to get people mad at me, and when they say, "Hey, what ball did you bring?" I brought my super soft purple hammer, just to get people amped up, just because I think it's fun. Like people say, "What balls are you gonna bring to Vegas?" Pfft, my super soft purple hammer, guaranteed.
Right.
you know, but I'm not. I mean, I don't know if it's soft or not.
Urethane. Oh, and urethane.
Yeah, I'll bring like one out this year. Maybe the new blue makes the bag. I don't know.
The charcoal bag.
That's right.
Kyle's not a fan of the new blue. I did throw last night.
Listen, all right. If we want to change topics real quick,
No, I mean we're talking about the debate. I think we kind of
yeah, we covered it.
ran
I'm
the
just saying,
debate
let's
through.
change topics real quick because you brought it up. I was watching that ball roll last night, and we were on a 35-foot.
38.
I thought no,
Yes.
it was less than 37. He said.
No, definitely not.
Okay, we were on a short pattern. We'll leave it at that.
I'll look at it right here. Ready?
And 2.5 to 1 or something like that. It was a standard short pattern.
It was not. It was. Oh, it was 36.
What? I
Wow.
said 35, but I know it was less than 37.
Well, actually, I thought it was. Last time I read it, I thought it was 38.
All right, so we're on a short
36.
pattern. Anthony's got the blue, and he didn't bring. I don't know
Didn't
how your
bring his
brain.
purple.
I don't know how your brain works, but anyway, he didn't have his purple. But
Why would I bring my purple?
I don't know, just so we could see it. You know, like see how they compare.
Sorry, my brain's
Maybe
off.
video it.
It
You know?
was-
Yeah, when Austin said, "Hey,"
it was in the text chat.
Freaking knucklehead.
yeah, but see, I missed
Anyway.
that, and I missed your bowling ball chat. Man, I must not be reading lately.
So, point being, I'm watching you throw that blue ball, and it just does not do what the purple does.
I threw it at the end. It was a little better, but it wasn't. Listen,
Listen, you agreed with me all
It
night
was-
long, and
I'm
now
like,
you're going to
Like, you
disagree with
almost
me?
had to
I'm
strap
not
on.
disagreeing.
Yeah, but like,
I'm not disagreeing. But you have to remember, I didn't start throwing the ball good to the end of the night because I didn't feel good. Not saying the ball reacted like Purple Hammer,
Right.
Because to be honest with you, it's not your thing. It's not.
Because
It
here's the
doesn't
thing.
do it. It doesn't do it for me. It's
That-
not my type of
just
reaction.
like Ron said on the show, the Purple Hammer gives you the side to side and front to back taper
Yeah.
that you need. So I'm watching you miss a little left or miss a little right, and I'm like, that ball would always recover if it was purple, or it would sit and stop.
Yeah, I mean,
Whereas
I
not
understand.
too much. I'm talking about minor
I didn't
misses
throw
here.
very good until
but-
the end of the night, though, and I did strike a little bit more. But I'm not saying the reaction was
Yes.
any different
Right.
or any better. I'm saying,
Oh, it was different and not better.
well, it was at the end of the night. I was striking a lot
No,
more.
better for the ball, yes, but I'm saying compared to purple.
You
Straight
have
up
to
compared
remember
to
too
purple.
is that it's the same layout, so I can compare them. I do have another one in box at my house that I was, people are like, oh, I just drilled it stronger. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I like to see them side by side first, because if I can keep them same layout and just use 360, what's the big difference? But to be honest with you, I would prefer just to see a 78 urethane ball, because I'll just use 360 or like 180 grit. What's the difference?
That's what I'm wondering. Do you think that you could
Couple hundred
get
grit.
it there? We haven't
Yeah.
seen any.
150%.
We haven't seen any of the 78 used yet.
There's no doubt in my mind that I could throw a urethane ball at 78 and get it to hook.
He just exudes confidence, folks.
No, it's not that. It's just it's urethane. It hook stops.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
all I gotta do is freaking sand it up to get it to hook in the front, and it hook stops anyways. I mean, it might not be purple, but the thing for me with the new is that it's just a little quicker. It's got a shorter hook
It's-
window.
Right, exactly. It's just more like resin, where
It is resin.
Well, right. Exactly right.
It's not urethane,
No.
but it's resin. Like
Right.
it still absorbs oil.
It is
at a
exactly
slower
like
pace.
it is
It's-
exactly like resin. It's
Yeah.
just it. Whereas what I mean is it goes down and hooks and
I mean, it
uh,
doesn't go down. I still have it picking up early in the front, but also
But
it's
not
got
the
a
same
shorter
way.
it's got a shorter window of hook. Austin, go
Yes.
ahead,
What's up,
please.
Chad?
and Chad.
Commenting from two different platforms. Hey, hello there.
That's,
hello
that's
there.
two viewers at once. Okay, so
Thanks,
settle
Chad.
down.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Honestly, I if you guys are, I know I got to do my review, but I forgot my purple hammer. But I'll say it again. I think that blue ball will come in handy in a lot of events, and I think it's still going to be a very good ball for league play as well.
It does seem like a decent house shot ball.
It's going to be good for both sides of it. I think it's just a little bit different. But the other thing too is I think you got to nail the drilling a little bit more, because it's not the typical urethane. So
Yeah, you're gonna have to drill a little stronger, I think, right? So it rolls up
exactly.
earlier.
Like
yeah.
guys are like, oh, I'm just going to drill stronger. Well, what if it rolled too early and it rolled like dog crap? Well, you didn't try it at the original layout you used your purple at. So I was actually going to drill it with like a 5-inch pin, 5x20, and just freaking get it up. And then I threw it last night. I was like,
But the only
needed
thing
like
I
a
could
3. I need like a 3-inch pin.
the thing I can foresee, which I could be 100% wrong, if you drill it super strong like that, will the core be able to get the ball down the lane? Like, because it's amazing what the purple is able to do, because you don't have, I don't know what you drilled it 4x or whatever.
3.5 by. I think it's 4 by 25 now after my regrip.
So
Usually they're 3.5 by 20.
that ball, because of the cover, naturally reads early, but then with the weaker layout compared to a 5-inch pin, it gets down the lane still and,
it still
and
goes.
hooks.
Yeah.
So
I would probably drill it with a 3.
what
3
I'm
and a half,
thinking
3
is,
I would drill it max flip.
but what
Sure.
I'm thinking is, if that ball rolls up too soon because of the core being drilled a certain way, I don't think that I'm just in my head don't see it getting down the lane and making the turn, whereas it's just gonna puke and roll forward.
But once again, I mean, it's urethane. How far down do you really want it to go?
No, it's not urethane.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if it's trying to match urethane, then how much?
I know, but that's what I'm saying is it could
I
just
still-
be rolling dead forward by the
Yeah.
time it gets to the pins.
The other thing is I haven't used 360 on it yet either. I've been doing 500.
Right.
Which, so instead of changing the layout, I'll just use 360 and see if it's any better.
Right.
Because it'll bring
180.
Or 180.
60.
We'll see what happens. If I need 60, maybe 60. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be a bad. Guys are kind of knocking it. Yeah, it's not urethane. And I even say when I throw it, yeah, it's not urethane. Like, it's not urethane. I like my urethane reaction.
Right.
But I just think I still think it's going to be a viable option for people who need it.
Yeah.
I think it's just a different type of reaction than what we've seen in a long time. I think so. I think you're gonna have to. I mean, it's kind of like a relearning curve.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. You can always email us at downlanepod@gmail.com. Hit us up on the socials like Facebook and Instagram. It's got weapons. And if you can't watch on YouTube, you can always download and listen using your favorite podcast service. All right. Let's get into
Topic
it here.
of the night. This
I
one
wanna
was really
know-
easy for me.
I want to know what everybody's opinion is on the best ball in history.
Make sure you put in the comments because I want to know what you guys think and why it was the best. So make sure you're chatting. We want to have a nice little conversation. But if we're gonna start, is anybody starting here, or are you gonna talk about it?
Go
or-
ahead, man.
This one was really easy for me. It took me 30 milliseconds to find out what ball it was going to be. The greatest ball out there, the one that was the ball that made everybody ban it
Today,
because it was
Junior.
too good. I didn't know how to say it. The one that got banned because it was too good, and it's always too good. The purple score maker, aka the purple hammer, is the greatest ball in the history of the game. I don't think any ball has become banned besides the methylketone crap, which was illegal.
Yeah, but that's
like altering.
user alteration.
Right. So the greatest of all time is the purple hammer. It's
So-
not even close.
There's two reasons why I want to
why I really
agree
want
with
it.
you, but what?
Why
Why are you making noises?
Because that's what you sound like. You're crying about it. You know it's right.
No, I'm not crying about it. I'm saying two reasons why I, although I don't want to,
Tyler,
have
you
to
can do-
agree.
Tyler, you can do best or favorite. You can do both. Put best, boom,
yeah.
favorite, boom. I want to know.
So I also said purple because it made me money. Although so have some other balls in our doubles tournament on Super Bowl.
It's the only time you ever win.
But the
I
best
never
ball
win.
that makes up a lot of room is definitely the purple. And for the same reason, it disrupted the market and caused it to become illegal on the PBA tour. So it created such a stir that there, at least in modern history, nothing like it.
It was too soft. Okay, so I guess it's in the
I thought
realm
the
of
LT48 stayed around. I didn't know that got banned as well.
you got me. I'm too young.
Yes, that is from the 80s.
I was born in
90s? I can't
'94.
remember.
Everybody.
Don't
So
look at me.
I
I'm the
totally
youngest one in
forget.
the room.
yeah, we don't know that one. Well, I don't know that one. But
Really?
purple ham. No, I know the ball
yeah, that's what I'm
name,
saying. I
but
know
like
the ball too, but I don't know. I didn't realize it was banned because I've seen it out there, unless it was a 54. But
here
in
we
any
go.
event, the purple. Austin, what's yours? Best ball of all time?
Quantum Evo Pro.
Wow, don't even have to reach back into the archives. It's right here.
I mean, you had a
Nope.
prodigy that was really good too.
That was a hand-me-down too. That wasn't even a brand new ball.
Isn't that weird that I know that his other favorite ball? I think your other favorite ball or your favorite ball ever was a Prodigy.
The Prodigy was very good. That gave me the down lane skid flip look without the skid flip. That was like the first one, like because
Austin, I'm not sure anyone knows what you just said.
It gave me skid flip without skid flip.
But like back in the day,
That's
like
a clip, buddy.
days,
Hey, hit the B-bond or something, okay?
I think you can also hit the B.
Yes, we can.
I don't know how to hit B. I can't read, apparently.
In high school, most of my equipment was skid flip, get it through the lane as fast as possible, and hook everything it can. And the Prodigy, we drilled it the same way, and it was just smooth all the way through the lane. But it got through the fronts.
Right.
So that was, yeah.
So the Prodigy was no.
The Prodigy is very good.
Yeah, but Quantum Evo Pearl is still
Oh,
number
by
one
far.
in your book.
By far.
You guys want
Yeah.
to know what the people on the Instagram said?
It's going to be like a
It's gonna
phase
be phase
2
two.
IQ tour. Did they get banned? No.
It's literally exactly it.
Phase two.
The IQ line, the line in general, had the most votes, but IQ Tour definitely had a bunch of votes. Phase 2, and then we were the only people that said purple.
It's interesting. The greatest
Chad.
ball of all time has got to
Chad,
be
I do not know how you like that orange vibe.
because he shot 300 with it like twice.
But yeah, also
It's the ugliest looking thing
like
I've seen go
like
down
Joey
lane.
said, the Black Widow core just in general was also really, really good.
The Black Widow core is just, yeah, it's a staple. So probably, I think, Austin, your dad commented, I believe he said the OG Black Widow Pearl, which that ball was insane as well.
Mm-hmm.
That ball was
Mhm.
insane. I don't know. It's definitely there's a long list of balls. What about the one? The original one.
I think that you can't. I don't think anybody would even think about it because it died so fast. Like it did create a lot of scores all of a sudden, but then it was just dead. You couldn't use it for more than a
Never
month.
had one, so I wouldn't know.
I had never had one either. I'm just going by experience in school. I watched kids throw it, and one on our team in particular, and it was like, whoa, what is this thing doing? And then it was gone. It just absorbed oil so fast that it was dead in a month. It was so I would disagree. I don't know why you're staring at me like that.
So you're saying it was probably soft.
Mm.
It definitely absorbed oil really fast.
I'm trying to think of what other ones that they had out there. The Tyler Drexel had on there the Marvel Pearl,
Oh yeah.
the OG. Very good ball. That ball was unbelievable. I mean, it was probably in that realm.
Richie does love the Marvel Pearl.
Dude, that ball was unbelievable. And he says his favorite, the Alpha Crux. A lot of the Storm guys will tell you the Alpha Crux is probably one of the best balls ever made as well. So those two right there are top tier, but they don't come towards the Purple Hammer that got banned by the PBA. So, who completely changed the landscape of bowling because people wanted to throw Purple Hammers.
Sea Lance, my wife absolutely
purple
loves the Beast, the original Beast. She hated when that ball suddenly disappeared from the bowling alley. Yeah, that was her favorite ball of all time.
Yeah, my dad drilled it for somebody else.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Took it from the office.
You don't need this.
Let me have my customers have it. And yeah, she no longer had that ball.
Yeah, and the new ones are not even close.
No, they're not the same.
I'll give
What
you
else do you have on there?
I'll give you some lists here. Andrew Apollos says Gold IQ.
Gold IQ. Good ball.
Nick Williams says probably not this. This is literally his words. Probably not this, but I think the Motive Venom Shock.
That is another really
is
good
a good ball.
option. I mean, it's been around for years in production and it continually wins. So that is another one in the conversation. Maybe we should do a bracket.
Joey's the one that said about the
The Widow line.
core. Oh, like do a what do we do?
Like
we
a
could do it in
bracket.
March. Our March Madness bracket to bring down
Best
the best bowling ball of all time.
Ever.
I think that's a good idea. You can be in charge of it. Zach Phillips said phase 2. Let's see.
High Road.
I don't know how to say his
Let
name
me see.
because
I can
it's
pronounce
a
names good.
username. He says High Road
Chiconet 99.
69.
Oh.
Not Neb Notneb says original Turbo
Turbo.
X started the resin era and the Excalibur. Total Envy
Ooh,
says
who said that?
Nike Catch 3.
Hey, Nike Catch 3. I shot. Actually, I didn't shoot. The Complete Envy is what I shot my first 300 with. The Total Envy and the Complete Envy were two of my favorite balls of all time. One of the two
Until-
of my favorites. Until
He
what?
also said Victory Road solid.
Ooh, the one that smelled like maple syrup. Maybe that wins for the smell, but I don't know if it wins for best ball. IQ Tour.
Poetic Apollo says IQ Tour. Little Mikey Scaccia. He said
Hello, Michael.
definitely not the purple.
Did he really write that?
Yes, phase 2. It's so versatile. Up the gutter, or hook the lane. It's a must-have.
Hey, Mike.
Is he a rep for Storm? Is he trying to get on staff?
You're not getting your purple hammer this week, bub. I ain't drilling it today. I didn't drill it yet. You ain't getting the GB2 or the purple hammer unless you rescind your comments.
Fang Meyer says IQ Tour solid. Matty Twosies says phase 2.
Okay, another phase 2 player.
Some dingbat Anthony Scaccia said
Throw
purple.
purple.
Phil said IQ Tour.
Wow.
Bill Kernan Jr. says red urethane hammer.
Wow. Wow, the Faball red hammer.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting one. Never seen it. Never thrown it. Have heard it was a good ball. So.
And Mark Taylor was telling us last night the Faball line,
which
in
is
general, was great. Yeah. Clinton Harris says phase 2. I also said purple, and then JDM 1127 says Storm IQ.
Man, the IQ
line in general, but yeah, the IQ.
A lot of people have got the IQ line in there. Good for you guys. You're deprived. Purple Hammer is the greatest ball of all time. There is no debate or questions. Tyler Drexel, Hypercell Skid was good. The Cell line was always pretty good
Cell
too.
was good. No, I threw a Cell for 2 years. I don't think I wanted to let it go.
That one I drilled. That one that maybe
Mutant Cell Pearl. That one.
Oh my God!
Is that what I did? Is it Mutant Cell?
Dud. What?
No, okay, no, wrong one.
No, you threw a.
I had the Hypercell.
No, you did. You had
you
had a Cell, but it might not have been a Hypercell.
I don't think it was.
You had the, yes, you did.
Black,
Orange
yellow,
and pink.
purple.
No.
Yes. You had one because Stephanie had one
I had
too.
like the reddish one.
You also had a Mutant Cell Pearl, which
Yeah, I
was
did.
better. The original Mutant Cell was a dud. I had one. It hooked for 2 games and it stunk.
And then did you talk about Michael? Did you say his already? Michael Polkey says Columbia 300 freeze.
The
blue
freeze.
green.
Wow, that's an interesting one. I wouldn't think that anybody would ever say that, so I'm glad that you said that. That's interesting. That's just not one that comes to mind. You know what I mean?
What do you think Jack Scaccia would say the best ball of all time was?
Matt Fazzone says the fast pitch. I mean, it's close to purple, but it ain't purple.
Listen, Matty Twosies said phase 2, so you can't give 2 votes. Which one is it?
Wait,
Matt?
he's Matty Twosies on Instagram?
No, that's what I called him.
Oh. I was like, oh, that's weird. That's odd. 716C, nah. 715T was. Oh, you know what was really good? 607A special edition.
Yep.
Steph had one of those.
That
She
was a
crushed
very
him.
good one.
That was a really good one. There was another one. It was like a 300A. That ball was sick. That was back when track for me was good. 715T was my ball though, but it wasn't the best ever. I can't say that. But
I got to tell you though, I said it once and I'll say it again. The Ocean Vibe for house shots, at least, it is a absolute murderer of a ball when it comes to the house shots, and it actually worked really good last night on the short pattern too. And I think it's because it rolls a little early.
it's got an older cover blend, so it's a little more rolly than the new stuff is flippier. Sea Lance over from, gosh darn, I think you're in Sweden or some crap.
He said good morning.
Yeah, he's
but
over.
That's weird because it would be midnight over there.
He works the overtime shift. I think.
Good morning because it's after midnight.
Yes.
Yeah, midnight is.
He always
morning
watches
time.
like 2
Right.
a.m. over there. I forget where
That's
you're from,
right.
Sea Lance, but I love the picture of your guy on whoever that is, that Caillou or something. I love that.
Don't know who that is.
The green alien and both the shark balls were great for him. I hope you're referring to Elite. I don't know any alien or shark balls. I wouldn't know. Oh, that's Cartoon You. I love it.
That's awesome.
Did you draw that? If so, I want one of myself, but
Yeah,
maybe not as balding. You learned math with the old ball. You still don't know math, Tyler. I drilled for you. You can't add numbers.
It's a college boy right there.
Anyways, that is an interesting line there. IQ Tour Phase 2, Purple Hammer was on there. Fast Pitch, Marvel Pearl was on there.
A lot of Storm products.
Yeah, a lot of Storm products. That's good. I would say I would even throw the one in there. The Fab-All line was in there. I'm gonna throw the one in because I just think that it was a good ball. The Fab-All line was in there. The Widow line is in there. There's quite a bit. The Elite. Yep, I was right. The Elite manufacturer. My dad had an Alien and told me how to microchip in it to make him strike every time. I was like 6 when he got it, so I thought it was true. But those are what's in there. So a pretty good list. Maybe we need to hit the B button and make sure we remember those bowling balls. That way, March time, you guys can vote. The Widow Core has produced so many great pieces, but can't forget the best Nationals ball ever, Strata Hybrid. That was also the Strata. The Strata line was good too. Yep. But we'll have to see where we go.
2
in
years
March.
running, though. 2 years in a row, he just absolutely destroyed them with that ball.
Yeah, it's just when it matches up, it matches up. He drew it on a piece of paper and we made it happen. The reaction, I can't believe it actually worked. He literally just drew it on a piece of paper and said, "Make it this."
Make it do that.
Austin, you're gonna say something, and I cut you off. What were you gonna say? You were right on the mic. You're ready to say something.
It's time for you to go to bed.
Oh, I'm ready. For that.
Yeah, no. Whatever I was gonna say is gone.
Mark Patel says the local hammer, first pearl urethane, changed the game in its time.
I like that. I like the hammer product. Another hammer product on there. Interesting. Nobody said a quantum.
Austin did. Well, not an OG quantum.
I meant.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I know you said no. I mean like the Helix, the blue pearl hammer. Okay. I mean like the Helix, or the green or the red from back in the day.
Right.
One of those.
Yeah.
The one where the quantum that had the urethane on the outside and then it had a strip of resin on the inside.
Really?
Yeah, you never see. I
think
it's called the Helix. It's urethane on the outside, and there's like literally a strip like this big of resin, and you had to drill it on your tracks. That way, it would roll over the urethane to pick up, but then have the resin downlaid. It's some kind of crazy stuff. The OG silver slingshot. I shot 836 with that ball back in 2013. 836. It's my high set yet. I'm gonna drill another one of those. I got them in the back.
That's it.
836 is all I got, man. I'm not that good.
You threw that ball for like 7 years.
I did. I also threw a.
Wait, is that the silver ball from Syracuse?
No, that's
no, that was a blue ball.
That's
Never mind.
Oh, that was the Tundra. I drilled a new one of those. Dud. But no.
The slingshot was like.
The slingshot was black and silver.
College days, right?
Oh, it was high school days, man. I even the guy said Total Envy. I had a Complete Envy, and I think that came out. I shot 300 when I was 13, and I got it. It was like a. I think I was in like 9th grade when the Complete Envy came out. I used it until I like graduated as a senior, and then I threw it when I came back from college for a little bit, and it was like the bridge was cracked and it was all messed up. But I mean, let me tell you something. I could throw that ball anywhere. It was unbelievable. The second one sucked. The first one was really good. So I had two. Nobody bought it, so I was like, Dad, I'm gonna take this one.
Weird.
It wasn't as good.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for chatting with us tonight. We got a lot of good feedback. We are going to make that instead of using the bowlers, we're going to do our
bowling ball
March Madness bowling ball bracket.
Y'all are just sick of losing.
This is an interesting thing. I don't know how. I don't know how it's going to be. Because we're gonna have to get more bowling balls.
Yeah, well, we don't have to do 64. I mean,
you can't do like 7. You need like at
32
least like
or 16.
32.
Yeah, you need like 16. I feel like 16 good ones.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to like find people who actually bowled with those bowling balls and like hey, what was really good? Maybe we can do the best in the past 16 years. You can't do that. It's gotta be like the best 16 ever.
Yeah. All right, so it is time for us to go bowling. So don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel.
Make sure to come see me to get a new blue hammer because we're selling out of those. We got another order of 5 today.
Oh my goodness!
Make sure you come get it because it's gonna be an awesome ball.
You can always check out our social pages: Facebook, Instagram, X occasionally. And yeah,
still use that.
Email us at downlanepod@gmail.com. And before we go, thank you to Tenpin Toolkit for supplying us with that app. And don't forget to go to
www.worldwideweb.tenpintoolkit.com/downlane
to download that application and check out those features because they are pretty sweet.
I would highly recommend. 10 out of 7.
It's 11 out of 10.
Whatever.
That's my good man.
10
Mike
out of
Hennett.
7 is a higher rate.
That is true.
I get it. All right, guys. Thank you to Jack Scaccia, proprietor of Town and Country Lanes. Thank you to Austin Van Buren. Great show tonight. Anthony, well done. Thank you to my family, Stephanie, Zach, and Ethan.
Jam bread.
We will see you guys next week. This is Down Lane Podcast.